Jesus was teaching in the temple. He told the religious leaders to listen to this story. A landowner planted a vineyard. He built a wall around the vineyard and dug a pit for crushing grapes. He also built a tower. The landowner rented the vineyard to some tenants and left the country. When it was time for the harvest, the owner sent some servants to go get his grapes. But the tenants grabbed the servants. They beat up one servant, killed another, and threw stones at the third.
So the owner sent more servants to his vineyard, but the tenants attacked them too. Finally, the owner sent his son. He expected the tenants to respect him, but the tenants threw the son out of the vineyard and killed him. Jesus asked, "When the owner comes back to the vineyard, what do you think he should do to those tenants?"
The religious leaders answered, "They deserve to die. The owner should rent the vineyard to people who respect him." Jesus replied, "Don't you know what the scriptures say? The stone that the builders tossed aside is now the cornerstone, the most important stone of all. God did this, and it is amazing to us."
Then Jesus said, "So I tell you, God's kingdom will be taken away from you and given to people who do what he commands. Anyone who trips over the stone will be broken to pieces, and this stone will crush anyone it falls on." When the religious leaders heard Jesus' story, they knew that Jesus was talking about them.
Jesus told this story to teach the religious leaders about himself. God sent his own son, Jesus, to earth, but the religious leaders rejected him. Jesus is the cornerstone, the most important one of all. Only he can save us from our sin.
Hey guys, how are you? Happy Sunday. Another parable from Jesus trying to teach us a lesson, telling the people long ago a story and teaching them a lesson, and one for us today too. Let's think about this story first of all. The landowner, the one that owned the property, had the vineyard, that created it all, that was God. God created this world that we're in. And he left this world in our hands, in the hands of the tenants. That's what we are. We are not, it's not our world, it's his world. And we are here using this world. So he left it in their hands. And then he sent people, when it was time for the harvest, he sent people there to gather the harvest of grapes. When we think back in the Old Testament, those were the prophets, the people who came to talk with the people and try and teach them a lesson and try and warn them and try and help them to understand what God wanted them to do. And a lot of times the people ignored the prophets completely and totally. Sometimes they killed them like they did John the Baptist in the New Testament. So those are the people that God sent to talk to the tenants. They didn't listen to them. And then the landowner sent his son, which was Jesus, to talk with the tenants, those people that were there. And that's talking to the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the ruling class of the religious leaders of the Jewish people. And they didn't listen either. They didn't listen again to the landowner's son, to God's son, Jesus. And they killed him. And the warning from this story that Jesus gave them is that if they stumble over him, if they ignore him, if they don't pay attention to him, then they're doomed. And that's a great lesson for us today too, is that our way to salvation is through Jesus Christ. And that's it. That's our only way, is through Jesus. And if we ignore him, if we try and say that he's not real or that he's not God's son, then we're going to end up in not such great shape. We're going to end up stumbling and falling and possibly destroyed because we didn't believe. We didn't treat God's son the way that we were supposed to treat them. So it's a good lesson, a great lesson for us all. So right now we're going to sing, and this time we're going to sing something a little bit different. We're going to do a Bible verse with hand motions and the words, and it'll be fun. But I want you all to stand up and to participate in this, as always. What a great fun song to do. I hope you remember that from Vacation Bible School last year. And the message that kept being said over and over again was, He's not far from us. Jesus is not far from us. He's with us everywhere we go, every time of day, every time of night, no matter where we are. He is with us. I hope to see you all soon on June the 7th. We're hoping to start back with church again. And there'll be information that'll be sent out to you guys about how we're going to handle the children's area and the children's program and children's church. But I'm excited about it. Also, we have postponed Vacation Bible School. It's not canceled. It's just postponed. We're going to wait and just see how things work out for the next month or so, and then we'll give you a date, and we hope to see you then. Hope y'all have a good day. Remember, Zoom on Wednesday, 4 o'clock for preschoolers, 4:30 for elementary. I'll send an email out again to your parents and just, check on that. If you did not receive or you didn't participate with us this past Wednesday, that means that you didn't get the sticks and the shakers. So if you'll let me know if you're going to be here this Wednesday, then I can get the shakers to you and the sticks to you. Look forward to seeing you. Y'all have a great evening. Bye.